Why did we start on him? Why did we start the camera on Calvin when they got it? When they look like Petey Pop.
You start swinging the shirt right now. But
what's good, y'all? It's your boy Pat the Designer back at it again. We got the all right. Ringo just jumping in here last minute than a mug. Hold on, we gotta get this back to the regular size, just out of nowhere. I can't even hear him. Is his audio coming through? Appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love. Hit the like button, subscribe to the page. It's your boy Pat the Designer. We got the pettiest man alive. Oh, hold on. We got the building.
Yo.
Okay, all right. We're just not doing it professional up in here, huh?
My bad.
We're just not professional in here no more. We're just giving up. The pettiest man alive, Mr. P Kid, in the building. Of course, super producer Joel Holt and Petey Pablo. C-Dub in the building. And JC in the back and from home. Can y'all hear Ringo? Do we have Ringo's audio here?
Yo.
Oh, there we go. Stefan Adine.
Yo.
Building.
Oh, where your glasses at?
Ryan Holt said that was loud.
Yeah, man. Hey,
out of nowhere.
I don't got the glasses today.
We had no idea what was going on. He out here in a plain white tee and a snapback. Like it's 2010. On today's episode, we got to talk about how much trade value is there for Justin Fields. Albert Breer has a really nice article out right now where he's talking about some of the interest that there is in Justin Fields at the Senior Bowl. Also, got to talk about when will that trade happen, and then our best and worst of the weekends. I think everyone has the same worst.
Yep,
the world has the same worst.
Yeah.
Let's just do away with
the world.
The world has the same worst. Everybody watched it. Everybody watched it.
You watched it?
Everybody has the same worst. I have to watch it.
I watched it.
I have to talk about it. You know what I mean? Like,
viewership was up 10%, they said.
Yeah, said Ringo just missing the Nelly Band-Aid.
On God, he is.
Hey.
He do look like it.
Hey, he looked like a baby super. I need super.
Air Force One, big boy,
Big boys.
Hey, shout out to Breeze Nation.
Shout out Breeze Nation.
I love the Winning Sea Breeze. We love you too, Jeffrey Smith.
Man,
we really
appreciate y'all for showing love.
Sir. Jay Crit in the building as usual. Shout out to Ron Holt. Deanna Carter was one of the first ones in here. We got Jay Grizz and we got King Booker World. What's happening, everybody out there?
I love how he says his full name and not just dad.
What's Ron Holt?
Ron Holt.
Okay, I got you.
That's what he calls him at the house as well.
You guys call me.
Excuse me, Ron Holt. Excuse me, Ron Holt.
It's his birthday.
I mean.
Well, don't make it weird. This is dad. Why you made it weird?
I think just calling his full name is weird. What do you mean? That's my pops.
Let's jump into the football talk.
Love you, Dad.
Boys.
How about that?
Albert Breer putting out an article today talking about how the Bears were approached by many teams. Well, I don't know about many. Let's not say that. The Bears were approached by multiple teams at the Senior Bowl about the interest in Justin Fields. Now, the Bears, one thing that he said that I thought was very interesting is that the Bears aren't actively shopping Fields currently, but that's expected to pick up during the NFL Combine later this week. Their final QB plans are being cemented before the Combine. The conversation on Justin Fields is now seemingly that not if he's going to be traded, but when is he going to be traded. Now, the fact that they're still not actively shopping him, I think they have to put that out basically and say that because you can't, do things before the league year starts, stuff like that. But usually when the combine cracks off, this is when these things start to happen. And what was kind of discussed in that article as well is that the Bears love Justin as a person, love him as a player, and they actually seem like they want to do right by Justin Fields and could include him in part of the conversation on where his future will end up being, if that is still in here in Chicago. Again, we're all doing this off of articles and speculation. Last week, there was 4 times where it was like Justin Fields was going to be here no matter what. There was 4 times where he's out the building. And every day, there's something new when it comes to the trade. And Ryan Poles just got all the cards right here. Just, yeah. What's I got over there? But we'll see what this ends up being. But the conversation I want to have with you guys is, do we believe that there are a multitude of teams, I should say, that are interested in working in Justin Fields' future.
100 in the chat, by the way.
Over 100 in the chat. Appreciate y'all.
Over 100 in the chat.
100.
I believe that there are teams that are all in on the future of Justin Fields, because if you trade for Justin Fields, you do have to be somewhat in on the future of Justin Fields. And what do we think that can bring back? The conversation I basically want to have is, who are we trading him to if he is traded, and what could we get back in that scenario, and how many teams do we really think there are?
That's going to be one of my first questions to you. How many teams do you realistically think are in this conversation? I think it's only 2.
Well,
who was your 2?
Steelers being 1 in Atlanta.
Yeah,
I think it's only 2.
Pittsburgh and Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have a dog in the race with that.
I mean, your dog is the dog in the race. Justin Fields is the dog here.
I'm saying my thought.
You the dog.
You're the dog. Dog under the bed. You lucky he ain't bite you.
I'm just saying that my thought. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter. If they're trying to do right by Justin, that's one thing. It's another that they have to get some type of compensation. They're not going to just give a player away, just to give. They're still. This is in the best interest of the Chicago Bears, right? In terms of what they're going to do with their team moving forward. So, if they can get the best pick, if it's between 2 decent teams, I mean, I would say you go to the AFC, right? You're not going to trade them in the NFC. That doesn't make any sense. So
True.
That makes it Denver
Atlanta's
or
the team
Pittsburgh.
that's most interested. That's NFC.
Who?
Atlanta.
That's right. That's NFC. Why would I want to go there?
That's the team I think that's the problem that the Bears might be facing here. Who's the team that's actually giving the most interest to Justin Fields?
I'm about to text him back. I'm about to put it in the chat.
Hey, Hayes came
is
in
like
cooking,
Joel has villain eyebrows.
Hayes came in cooking. He said it looked like evil Spock.
Jesus.
Look like you.
Oh, he's still
Evil
going
Spock.
in.
Whoa.
Evil Spock is wild.
Fight back. No, but I mean, realistically, right? Like the question is kind of, do you have options, and how many options do you have realistically, right? It's not to say that you just going to, like you said, they're not just going to give up on Justin Fields for nothing. They want something back in trade. You don't have a second round pick. They're looking to get a second round pick. You have to bring you have to get some kind of value back. Yes, you're getting your quarterback of the future, but just as a player that feels like he's going to be in the league for a long time, and he's probably going to bounce back and start to make strides in the right direction. So guess what? That's a situation where where if you get to the end of it and Atlanta goes, wow, we got Justin Fields for a 4th round pick, you lost.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
man.
absolutely.
Heck no.
But Atlanta has a 2nd round pick. They have a 3rd round pick that I think they'd be interested. I don't think Justin's
got to have competition.
I feel like if
I'm
think
the
it's only 3
competition to bid for the pit or bid for Justin Fields,
But I can see a second.
and I go, hey, I'm gonna give you this 3rd, and we got another offer. Okay, go get the other offer. Is there another offer?
I don't know.
I think the Steelers are the only one. I don't think Justin's worth a 1st. I think a 1st is really high for what you've seen from Justin Fields.
Well, I mean, you got Pittsburgh at the lower part of the 1st round with the 20th pick. So I think that's the only way that you can probably get in the 1st round. Realistically, if it is the Steelers packaged with maybe 9, we talked about that before. I could see that scenario but then you're right. If it's not that, then no, we're not getting the 1st.
But getting a second for a player
is a win to get the 1st round pick for him. I mean, period. How often do you trade? I mean, when you think about, let's say, the Jay Cutler trade, right? He was 26, accomplished Pro Bowl quarterback.
Yeah.
How many picks was he worth? They got like 2 number 1s and something else for him. Like, it was to even get a 2nd round is a win. A 1st round is tremendous.
What was the Trey Lance trade?
Trey Lance?
You're not getting that.
I'm just asking. What was
you definitely not getting that back, bro.
3 picks for the Cowboys?
To the
What did they give
Cowboys?
him?
I
What
thought
they
he
give
was
up?
like a 4th round pick. I don't think they gave him a lot.
No, it was like a 4. Yeah, it was a 4th,
Yeah, it was a 4th.
I believe.
Oh, dag. I was like, when did he get in the room? I was like, no, I was about to freak out, bro. I was like, where's this guy right now?
Ringo real quiet, so it throws you off. Let me see if I can pull up the Trey Lance pit trade here. But
yeah, I would think it was like a 4th round pick that they gave up for him. So, and other than that, though, the issue is that, but you didn't get a lot of production out of Trey Lance to a point. That's still, you got something out of Fields where if he's worth the 2nd, like I said, if we can get a 1st for him,
4th round pick.
Yeah, that's a total win.
Yeah, I
just in
think
the chat again. Shout out to Hayes. Even though he's cooking everybody right now, I do like one of his comments. The fact that I think it is part of the business. Some people may think, well, they might do Justin dirty. I think that's a good thing, like you said, that they'll include him on the conversation, whether or not he stays here, whether or not he goes somewhere else. I think that would be to his advantage to kind of, have a little say on that. I do agree. I think personally that it matters that Justin Fields has already created the culture where like we mentioned before, he is the culture.
Yeah.
The off the field stuff matters to me. The intangibles matter, but we'll see if that kind of factors into him ultimately being the Bears quarterback going forward.
I think the biggest question too you got to look at is right, like they haven't talked to everybody.
Yeah,
There's still right, like everybody's just assuming this is done, it's over with. We're on the move here. Like, what if they don't like Caleb when they talk to him? Like, you would assume that they've talked to people that have talked to Caleb, but they haven't spoken to Caleb directly yet.
Or we trade back and do what? Get the other Heisman winner.
Other Heisman quarterback.
I'm a Jaden Daniels fan. I ain't gonna lie to you.
No, I'm just saying there's another Heisman winner. I'm just saying there's another Heisman winner quarterback.
Well, I think here's the question on that though, right? If you feel like you're not getting back good draft compensation for Justin Fields in a trade, we're all assuming it's a second round pick. If Justin wants to go to Atlanta, Atlanta knows Justin wants to go to Atlanta, and nobody else wants to be involved in the trade because it doesn't seem like, yes, there were multiple teams that came up and gauged the interest. The Bears are taking that all into account.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's me, he wants to come to me, it's going to work best with me. I will offer you a third round pick because, yeah, that's lower compensation. But guess what? Everybody else knows he's not going to want to go to that.
That will hurt.
In that situation, if you haven't talked to Caleb yet, do you feel like Justin Fields is behind the other two quarterbacks in this draft? Do you feel like he's going to be worse than Jaden Daniels or worse than Drake May? Are you just drafting a quarterback just to reset the clock, or are you actually trying to get better?
Hey, but I like Shaitan Javier's comment. He said Josh Rosen got traded for a second round pick for Kyler.
That's crazy.
Which was, that's probably what we're looking. It's probably looking like a second round. Look, I said first.
Trey Lance got a
A
fourth.
first is amazing, but it's probably a second round pick for him.
I think it's gonna be a second round.
Trey Lance could stay on.
He didn't have any body of work. He didn't have any body of work.
We're all in agreement. Like Trey Lance garnered a
You're
fourth.
saying it's more than that.
So I can expect Justin to be a second. I just think first is too high, but a second is appropriate. I feel like a second and a player is appropriate.
Justin has proven enough to garner that. Enough. What I'm saying.
What?
He was number 86 out of top 100.
Enough for what?
Bro, I know we talk about it all the time. He's up and down as far as performance, but last year he was 86 out of 100 in NFL. Like he proved enough in certain aspects of the game to garner a second round pick. I'm not saying that he's elite.
86 out of what?
Huh?
Oh, you said
86, top 100. NFL top 100 last year.
Okay.
Yeah.
For passing?
Mostly because of his mobility.
Well,
we know it's mobility.
Okay,
Shut up, Paris. I knew you
there you go. I was like,
hey,
man ran his tail off, didn't he?
That's voted by the players.
That man ran for 1,200 yards. I love it.
Shout out to that dude Jay with the super chat said, trade the number one trade field, somehow get Miami's QB and fill the needs with the Hall. Okay, we at that point in the draft season.
Thank you for your support. I appreciate it. Thanks for
that dude. We love you, man.
Hey.
Keep it coming.
Hey, keep those trades coming. No, but I think that you do have to take into account that they haven't talked to any of these quarterbacks yet. There is still a long way to go. Now, what I will say is that the combine is probably when something is going to start getting worked out one way or the other. So that's when you're going to get the chance to talk to Caleb Williams, to talk to Drake May, to have these conversations with Jaden Daniels, Bo Nix, all of these guys. And you have to ask yourself, if I'm not taking Caleb, if I don't feel like Caleb is the answer for the Chicago Bears, I don't like his personality, whatever it is with Ryan Poles, are the other quarterbacks good enough for you to say bye-bye to Justin Fields?
Jaden Daniels.
Well, hey, and so here's the thing, though, Pat. Like, if we're looking at the fact that you got to compare what you have right now that's stable, the players like him, the team like him, they actually love this dude's character and his play on the field, and you're looking at the current draft prospects as not being better than him potentially. We know Caleb has the argument that he could be better. He may not be better, but if you're not going to take Caleb, and then you're looking at the other possible quarterbacks, and you possibly can get a haul for that first pick, I mean, the Bears are playing their cards so well. You always saying putting the hands to the face. The Bears do a good job playing their cards so well. We don't know what direction they're trying to go in, and they're trying to make sure every team knows that as well. So you got to put in all your cards if you want this first pick. But I don't know. I just think that the Bears could be playing
the chat says. Go ahead.
Real quick, shout out to Cash in Hand. Got a chance to meet Cash in Hand on Friday.
Yes,
it was
sir.
pretty cool. Me and Jordan got a chance to meet him. So shout out to you, brother.
Big shout out to Cash in Hand. Does he have cash in hand?
Does he have?
Put it on the table. No,
I see the chat always
hey,
talking
hey.
about Caleb
Shut up,
Williams. So, but like, what? There's 3 quarterbacks in this draft that everyone's okay with taking. Like Jaden Daniels is number 3 in a draft that, I mean, he's a Heisman winner.
Hayes is going.
Hayes is cooking.
You know what?
Yo,
That's why I said,
Yo.
as soon as
Hayes
you laughed,
real
I
quick.
was like, I know.
He over here come for everybody.
We
I
gonna
got
have to
some
do a
stuff in
skip
him.
a drip
Hey,
on
hey,
Hayes.
I'm about to get some
Skip
stuff.
a drip on
You know,
Hayes.
I'm nice with this Photoshop. And this
hey, listen, Joe, don't get in the war with Hayes. Hayes go.
Hayes is
Hey,
unfiltered.
listen,
hey, nah, don't do that.
go low.
Don't do
No,
that.
you know what? No. All due respect to Hayes. No, he said, Pat, he's not gonna do that, but I will.
Hayes definitely a get on somebody for you, boy. I ain't gonna lie to you, but that boy said.
Hey, we're gonna leave that boy alone.
Hey,
Let him be.
Joe, you leave Hayes alone, brother.
Why y'all
fight you want to get in?
I thought you wanted the man to fight back. You say just
Right.
take it, take the
Fight
punches.
back.
Hey, look,
How about that?
he nice with Photoshop too. You leave him alone. Hey, you know when your boy talking tough, like not you, but like when your boy get in a fight, like, I can't wait till I. Hey man, you leave
Calm
him
down,
alone,
bro.
Calm
down.
It ain't
That's
that
not a
type
fight
of
you wanna
party.
get into.
That's not for you, my boy.
Oh, man.
Hey, you got to make executive decisions.
Yeah,
you know
make
what I'm saying?
executive decisions
That's-
sometimes. Some fights you don't lose. Ringo, what's your thoughts on this whole situation, man?
I mean, really, honestly, I just think there's only 3 teams to me that'll be vying for the services of Justin Fields. I mean, you look at Atlanta, Pittsburgh, and then I'll definitely say the Giants. I'm definitely with Kid on the fact that if I'm anybody, I'm not giving you a first rounder for Justin. I think a second or a third, and possibly like a lower tier player, would do them justice. But I also think that they're going to put him in the right position and get him where he wants to go, because I do feel like they do think he's a good player and a good locker room guy. So hopefully they'll be able to work this out for both sides and there'll be no ill will.
I was hoping he was gonna give me a moment so I could throw this flag, but you didn't.
Hey, I think here's the
flag on
thing
what?
at the end of the day with all of them. By the way,
What I do?
by the way, 190 in the chat, 39 likes. Let's get them likes up, man. Let's get it up over 100 likes. I think here's the thing at the end of the day, and not to beat a dead horse, but this is a time where this whole topic
That's
is
the whole
beating a dead horse. Yeah,
We
At
got
this
a
point
lot
this
of-
offseason.
We got another 2 months.
This horse
Yeah,
dead.
a lot of-
This horse is flat.
How many times we done resurrected and killed this horse?
What are y'all doing back there? Y'all names?
It's a dead horse.
Hey, time out.
Hey,
Flag.
yeah.
Flag.
I gotta get
Hey, what?
what? It's a
Dead
dead horse.
Yo.
Hey, the
That's
flag
too many
is thrown.
noises. Too many noises.
That was my idea. Calvin.
Hey, dead horses don't make noise. I just want y'all to understand.
I'm just saying
what
it's
was
dying.
that? Yeah,
Like,
okay. Hey, what is going on?
Flag again? How do you know that?
Hey, man, you gotta throw the flag.
No, I want to keep my
What are you
flag.
doing?
This is a yellow flag.
Throw
This is a
it.
yellow flag. I get
Keep
one
the
of these a
flag,
week.
bro. You
I
gotta
throw this
the
when I
flag.
want to get rid of it. And we all held the challenge flag last week. This thing is getting burnt this week. I don't know why.
Why are you holding your challenges? Why are you holding your challenges? Let's keep it going. Let's take a break real quick, and then on the other side, break down kind of the conversation on when do we think that this is going to be done.
Tomorrow.
Huh? Which one? Or let's take a break real quick. I just see Joel in back. What? Huh? What? Break. Well, let's take a break real quick, and then we'll have a conversation on when we think this type of deal is going to be done, and got to talk about best and worst, all that and more. Right after this.
200 in the chat.
200 in the chat. 200 in the chat. Shout out to Appreciate you guys for tuning in and watching the show. Today's episode of the podcast is brought to you by Aura. Have you ever done a Google search on your own name? You'd be surprised what pops up. Your full name, email address, home address, health records, your relatives. It's all out there. And that's why I've been using Aura, the sponsor of today's video. Aura shows me which data brokers are selling my information and automatically submits out request just for me. Cleaning up my information not only helps reduce the amount of spam I get, but it protects me from hackers who could use that information to help them access my social media, bank accounts, and other sensitive information. It's really simple to set up. I don't have to download several apps or go to things like antivirus, VPN, password management, parental controls, identity theft, but you can get all of that in one place with Aura. I get everything at one affordable price as well. You may already have one or two of these tools, but not having Aura is like leaving the front door locked while leaving the back door and windows wide open. For you to be able to take advantage of Aura, we got a special deal for you here today. Stop data brokers from exposing your personal information. Go to my sponsor at https:/aura.com/the Windy City. Again, that is aura.com/the Windy City to get a 14-day free trial and see how much of your information is being sold. Man, she hit you with that, and I am telling you. Why is Ringo on the screen? What happened in the background there? What's good, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of the Windy City Breeze Sports Talk Daily. Appreciate you guys tuning in and showing love. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the page. If you haven't done so, try that trial out at Aura. First things first, it helps us financially a little bit. Don't tell nobody.
Facts,
you know what I mean?
facts.
But also protecting your identity and different things like that. Very important. Joel had an Asian man pretending to be him for 6 years before Aura came in.
What?
Wait, is that true?
The lies you tell.
You can't. I was waiting for somebody to throw another joke in.
Yeah, there we go. All right.
Let me ask y'all this question. Right? What do you believe is the timeline for something like this to get done? A trade for Justin Fields for the first overall pick. We last year, 10 days after the draft, we were talking about DJ Moore being a Bear, what the Bears are going to now do with I believe it was the 9th pick at that point. They ended up trading back, right? Like that was one of those situations where it was like, oh, I thought we had 2 more months of this. No, this is done. The combine is usually when a lot of these deals get done. Combine coming up this weekend. And so this weekend or next weekend? This weekend, right?
Next week.
Next weekend. Combine coming up next weekend, I
starts,
should say.
Yeah.
When do you believe that this deal is going to get done one way or the other?
Well, I'll be honest with you. I mean, if you go back on like you just mentioned, even in the article it mentioned this in 23, what Ryan Poles did was 2 weeks after everything. That's when it got done. But there was certain things that had to be hit. You had to obviously, have the trade of the picks. The value of the picks had to be there, and then of course the veteran player that was brought back, and DJ Moore. So I think those are some of the things that you want to hit in this particular trade. If we're going to trade either Justin or the pick, I think that's what you're kind of looking at. So that could happen maybe in the next 2 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks. If you're looking at his track record, in my opinion, maybe.
When do we have to pick his 5th year up?
They got to make that decision.
If you don't make
soon.
that decision, you
You got to make
it
it in May, I believe.
Yeah, that's going to be soon. So I think you kind of look at it. Even though he's kind of close to the vest with things, I think once he figure out that team that they trade with gives him exactly what he wants to hear, then he's all systems go.
I'll say this: I think this deal, if it is Justin Fields, this deal gets done at the combine.
Yeah.
I think Justin Fields is going March 3rd, 2024, 4 p.m. Eastern time.
Actually, yeah. So it looks like
actually, Ryan, wait till like 4:15 Eastern time because we saw the Alonzo Ball thing with
I think so.
that. Let some minutes pass.
Tomorrow,
let a couple of minutes pass.
Tomorrow, the franchise transition tag window opens, and then March 5th is the deadline.
Yes.
And then you got the combine, which is from February 26th through March 4th. So you got to make a decision pretty soon.
Well, that's why I think it is, right? There's a lot of, if you are moving on from Justin Fields, there's a lot of rush that does come into this because you've got a lot of big decisions that have to be made coming up here, right? Like you said, you got to make the decision on whether you're going to pick up his 5th-year option or not. You've got to make a decision on kind of the future of your quarterback here over the next couple of weeks. If you're moving on,
Jordan is getting deep.
Hey man, no, don't wait. We wouldn't even try. I wasn't trying to acknowledge.
Where's the pan at?
First of all, I got a question.
This
I got a
man's got an
question.
apron
Listen,
on. He's
Pat.
just cooking this.
Fight back,
No,
bro.
because I needed my 15 seconds.
Hey man, he got all time.
Something. It's cool though, Pat. Ain't y'all getting on Locked On later?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
All right. Hey, you better do something.
No.
Hey,
hold on, wait,
you
wait,
might
wait.
not want to do that. Hey, I'm not gonna lie.
Live
Me,
mic.
me and Pat was in the car on the way back.
I appreciate getting cooked, but I can also do some cooking.
we
I'm gonna
won't
get
be
you
live
some.
on
Hey,
Locked On. We
real
won't be
quick.
live on Locked On.
So real quick, March 11th through the 13th is the legal tampering period,
Yes.
and then March 13th is when the league year
Yeah.
starts.
The trade details will be done at the conference.
It'll be done.
I'll be honest with you.
I really believe that, because if you're moving on from Justin Fields, you have to basically say, we're done with this process. We're all in on what the future of this team is right now.
Because April 15th, teams with returning head coach can begin off-season workout
Even
programs.
Jay Crit cooking this man.
April 15th. So if you're we don't have a first-year head coach. That's April 1st. So everything's got to happen pretty fast.
I will say this. This is the first report that I've heard where they said that they may include Justin in this decision, which I feel like is the best thing for him. So this lets me know that, the Atlanta trade may be a real thing. Letting him go home and doing all that stuff. And I'm happy for that. Like I've always said that if we were to move on from him, they still have to do right by him. And to hear that they like him and they respect him to that point, to involve him in those trades, organizations wouldn't.
I don't think they had to do right by him. They just got to make the best decision for their
I
team.
mean, being personable about it, like realistically, he was handed a bad deal. We all agree he was a victim of circumstance.
That's
Like,
true,
it-
but that's a lot
so-
of NFL quarterbacks that are drafted at those positions.
Respectfully, like I agree with you. I just think that goes to show a lot from Ryan Poles and from Kevin Warren, the fact that they would do that for him. And then at the same time, we got to look at who Atlanta is actually being ran by. I think they're gonna jump out their body to go get him.
But why would you?
Yeah,
trade,
I mean,
it's
even
Atlanta.
If you believe that Fields could be something, why would you trade him in your conference? Like
Right.
Roquan is in the AFC. We're not going to see
Because
him.
Ryan Pace might bet the farm on him.
Well, Ryan Pace ain't the general manager.
Well, right, somebody there
He
gonna bet the
can't.
farm
He
on
can't.
him.
Who's on
he
there?
can't bet the
Yeah,
farm.
Who's the GM now?
He's in this.
Was he a president?
On who? On
Ryan Pace is
Atlanta.
is in that
Ryan Pace is
organization.
their head scout.
Head scout. Okay.
Atlanta, because they fired everybody.
Well, basically, I mean, this is February. They probably by March we should have things kind of ironed out. We got about 2-3 weeks, and then we can make that type of decision. And then you still got the number 1 pick that you got to figure out what you're going to do.
I'm less concerned about that than trading Justin Fields right now.
I got you.
Well, I think that's the part that you got to be looking at, though, right? Like this. That's why I said this is going to be done quickly, because now you have to focus all of your focus on what the number 1 overall pick is. Now all of your quarterback focus, all of your draft focus, all of your offseason focus now is on what the quarterback decision is for the quarterback that you're going to have here. And that's why I do believe that if they do move on from Justin Fields, if this is true, where teams have already approached it, Ryan Poles already has a team in mind that he wants to move on with. He's going to try and get as much as he can. And you got to try and start a bidding war. You got to try and you got to try and get that value up a little bit.
You just need one other team.
But the market is not that high. I don't think the market is as high as we think he is.
Well, depending on where you are with your team and where you're picking, because the thing is, in some ways, he's not necessarily a terrible quarterback in most people's eyes. But if you're going to trade, you're talking about trading 3 number 1s or all this to move all the way up. But you could potentially get you a starting quarterback that can just man. If they use him kind of in a running quarterback scenario where he's passing not as much, he can thrive in that sense. It's just a matter of time before he gets hurt.
This draft being so loaded, though, I think just really ruins that, because there's a lot of teams that need QBs that are already in line to
Not necessarily, because that means
Washington get one if they want one.
No, but the problem is, okay, if there's 4 of them, that means other teams are willing to move up. But you're talking about, let's just say,
but I mean, I think you got to go through it, right? We got the number 1 overall pick. Washington's drafting the QB.
Yeah.
New England's drafting the QB.
And even if Washington didn't,
Arizona's going wide receiver.
Right.
Chargers got their QB. Giants are probably
the Chargers are probably going wide out, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, the Chargers had a
I don't
QB
think the
already.
Chargers go wide out because they drafted one last year.
Like I said, Chargers going wide out. Like I said, Chargers going wide out.
Yeah, they
I don't think
probably go wide
I
out.
think they need some help on that.
Quentin Johnson, what hands?
Hey, bro,
They need help on that line.
He
I'll
left
be
his
honest
hands
with
at TCU. The Giants probably go
Giants QB.
QB.
you better hope they do.
I would, but they hey, and they
You better-
definitely talking about
better hope
just
they
going defense and bringing in a vet. But Tennessee got their QB.
Tennessee got that QB.
Do they
Right?
though?
Oh yeah.
I think they feel like
Tennessee's going wide out. Tennessee's going wide out.
probably try and put some defense on that team. I think I don't think they go wide out either.
Hey,
Or
Who's
they
their
go
coach?
Joe Alt. I
Who's
think
their
they might
coach?
go.
Right.
Joe.
All
Who's
right
their
now.
coach?
I forgot what they
Because they fired what's the name?
But
Who they bring in? Who?
who?
The Tennessee Titans head coach. Jordan.
Jordan.
Jesus.
Jordan. Why?
Jordan. You
And here we go.
Yes, I'm Jordan, who's in the back. Yes, I'm currently on the show.
Hayes' beard
Yes,
looks
I
like
paid
he
to get my
popcorn for
comments
days.
shouted out. Hayes' beard looked like he popcorn for days and don't wipe the grease remains.
Hey Jordan, I want you to understand. You could have just commented and we would
You
put it
didn't
on
have
the screen.
to.
No,
Like,
I wanted
he
to
wanted
make
red.
sure. I
He
wanted
wanted
to
red.
make sure y'all.
You know you ain't gonna get that $10 back, man.
It's my turn.
You could have just
support
put
the
it in
show.
and be like, Joe, put it on
I'm
the
on
screen.
the show and I support the show. It's
I
all
could have
love, my
just put it
boy.
on the. You could have just tapped me on the shoulder, like,
No,
"Hey,
no,
Joe,
no.
put."
Hey,
that
I
thing
wanted
on."
that mess to stand out.
Hey, that was like such a simp move. I just want you to know. You said the joke right itself, baby. The joke right itself.
Bro.
Here we go.
Yeah,
All right.
here we go.
All right.
Hey, and that
You asked for this. You could have waited till a different show.
Hey, listen,
You could have let it
by the
die
way,
down.
Titans head coach Brian.
Hey, Pat, what
Wayne
Wayne say?
Kelly?
He can't save you.
But
we're
I
gonna
mean,
move on to the next
I mean,
scene
listen,
for Jordan to get
I
deep
think
fried.
here's the thing, right? Like
Really ain't
Atlanta,
got no faith in your boy.
Atlanta may go Justin, but they're at the 8th pick, right? So if they go Justin, you're going Justin with a 2nd round pick. The
got
Jets
faith in
are in there. Minnesota's in there. Like you're not gonna trade Justin to Minnesota. Denver's in there.
And then I also feel like
if Denver's a team that wants Justin Fields, you may want to reevaluate whether you should get rid of Justin Fields because if Sean Payton sees something, maybe you should too.
and then at the same time, why would he want that when he has Russ?
They're
don't
probably
have
getting
Russ.
rid of him though.
He's getting
Yeah, you're definitely getting rid of Russ.
And I would say
$37
this.
million to go home.
I would say this. Russ also changes this trajectory a lot because he comes in as a vet,
A
cheaper.
veteran QB is coming on the market.
Yeah.
Yes,
He comes in cheaper. They don't have to pay him a whole lot because he's already going to get that compensation. At this point, he changes a lot for who's available and who's going to really jump out their body. There's only teams. I see the Steelers doing it because they're low. Atlanta, I don't think that they do that at 8. I mean,
no, Atlanta would do it with a 2nd
know.
round pick. The only way I see the Steelers even getting into it because Atlanta has the best compensation is if the Steelers were willing to get rid of that 1st round pick. And really, the only report that we have is from Adam Schefter. That listen, when Adam Schefter speaks, I listen. I know a lot of people were like, Schefter's wrong all the time. It is what it is. When Adam Schefter speaks, I listen. So to me, when I'm sitting here and he says out of nowhere, hey, Mike Tomlin really likes Justin Fields. That's not just him saying that like off cuff. Like he's heard
he likes
something
that.
that could go down. That's why I think the only way Pittsburgh even gets into this conversation is probably if they give up either some high future compensation, you're giving me multiple seconds in the future, or you just move on from that 1st round pick this year, the 20th overall pick, because you're not going to get a quarterback there. And trading back, you're not. I guess you could trade back in that scenario, maybe get more,
And we know for sure that
and
they're
you
going
can do
with
that.
one.
But well, I
Because they
don't know
got
about
rid of
them. But
Trubisky.
Miami's got their quarterback. Philly's got their quarterback. Houston's got their quarterback. Dallas has their quarterback. Green Bay has their quarterback. Tampa Bay, I think, is just sticking with Baker. But I don't think that they would give up capital for Justin at this point.
Baker proved himself.
Buffalo-
They talking about Baker might get 3 years, 72 mil.
Kansas City. Yeah, I mean, like all of these guys have their quarterbacks
yeah.
already. So that's why when you look at it, the two teams that really feel like they can't get to a quarterback and don't have a quarterback are Pittsburgh and Atlanta.
Yeah.
That's why I think that's where you got to get the bidding war.
Yeah, I got the draft. I got him up in order. Compliments of Tankathon.
I appreciate you after I've read through it all.
I know I was all that hard work.
By
I
the
was
way,
doing.
I see some stuff going on. Chill. It's all fun and games.
Yeah, can we keep it
Y'all
clean?
just chill.
Can we just?
Oh,
I
I
don't
know
know
what's
what's
talking to me. I thought
No, no,
I
I'm
was
talking. No,
just-
not you. Just
I'm
I
trying
see
to be a
some,
mediator.
I see
trying
some
to be
stuff in the chat. Like y'all just chill, man. It's all fun and games.
Yeah, we're just trying to
let's
keep a
keep
clean
it pushing.
show here, guys.
All right,
You know?
what people do on their personal time is like,
Hey, like listen,
They ain't got
but
nothing to
just
do
don't
with
do it in our
I ain't
chat.
worried
You know
about
what I'm
it.
saying? At the same time, that's also why
don't
you
hurt
know,
yourself or get hurt. But it is what it is.
I tried to mediate. He go throwing slow key threats. God damn.
That ain't got nothing to do with me.
Hey, listen, that's so passive aggressive. Hey,
Ain't nothing to
just
do
chill
with
out. Nobody get hurt. Get hurt. What? Stop.
That ain't got nothing to do with me. What people do on their personal time, they do on their personal time. But no, I just think that this is like, if you're going to have the conversation like we're having now, where there's probably two teams.
Yeah.
One, this gets done at the draft. I think, like I said,
Facts.
what was it, March 13th at 4 p.m.
Yep.
Justin Fields is, like I said, 4:15. We want tampering charges.
We got 3 weeks.
But Justin Fields is probably on a different team if they are looking to move on from him, and it's going to be one of those two teams right now.
And if he does, I wish him the best. And I hope Mike Tomlin really goes and develops him and he shows out. Like, I really want him to be successful, no matter where he goes. If he stays here, I want us to do right by him, get him another weapon. We don't, all right, cool, whatever. Just I want the best for Justin all the way around.
And
I do like him as a
that,
person.
I love that the Bears want the best for him too. And here's the thing: this is what I love about it. The Bears literally are like, no, we think Justin Fields is a good player.
Facts.
Every time we hear something new coming out, they're like, we like Justin Fields. We think Justin Fields can play.
Yeah.
We just maybe are going in a different direction. Mr. Inglewood 77 said, Pat, you're proof that light-skinned bros are officially back.
We never left.
I don't know if we ever left. I'm not gonna lie.
never
the whole
left.
squad is
I
like
don't know if we ever left.
bro. We never left.
I mean,
We tried to add a dark-skinned dude to the crew, but he got angry. Stigmas, baby. The stigmas.
Jesus.
The stigmas. No. The stigmas. If y'all haven't done so, man, hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave that 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. Let's get into best and worst, bro. Let's get it. The worst is so worst.
Yep.
The worst is so worst, bro.
Well, it depends on what version.
I want to ask this question because to me, everybody's worst is the worst of the weekend. So we could just have a conversation on this, but I want to have the conversation in this. Is it time to get rid of all all-star games?
No.
Is it time to get rid of all? I'm done with all of them. They all suck. Baseball's all-star game, straight through jail.
Right away. To jail. Right away.
Right away.
All because of
straight to jail. NFL Pro Bowl, jail.
Yeah.
NBA All-Star game, jail.
Pro Bowl was cool,
think
though. I
the
like
Pro
the
Bowl
skills
should be more.
challenge.
They're
Yeah, the skills challenge is
all
cool.
No.
terrible.
No,
Right.
I know how to fix the All-Star game.
That's not the
No,
point.
no. That is
That's-
the point.
that's
How
not the
much of the
point,
Pro
Pat.
Bowl did you watch?
I tried to. I was
can't-
busy.
No,
You said you tried.
You really like something, you gonna give time to it.
I watched the skill
Really?
I got
Nah,
busy,
bro.
man.
No,
The main
no,
one that-
seriously,
that-
I think I know how to fix it though.
format.
Hey, who won target practice?
I don't know.
Baker did.
Did he?
Baker.
Save us, Ringo.
He do.
Shot bro. I know how to fix it,
Nah,
Did he?
I'm good.
You said what, Ringo?
bro. I think I know how to fix. I know how to fix All-Star Weekend.
I know how to fix them too. You just get rid of them.
No.
Trade back on All-Star week.
So this is my thing, right?
The Justin pick.
I feel like what they're missing is they're not like real stuff. They're not incorporating everything. Like the WNBA and the NBA should be working together. What they did with the Steph and Sabrina thing, if they could bring that to the skills challenge and
actually the best
3-point shootout,
Oh yeah, she got a burner.
like they'll be able to fix the weekend. Like there's for the skills challenge. Okay, you want to do the 3-team thing? Okay, cool. Whoever the host city is gonna be, you got that host team. Then after that you take 3. Then after that you go and then you take 3 WNBA All Stars. Throw those mugs in there. Go back to the original skills challenge because I don't know what this was. And then basically you have that mess timed. It's basically bragging rights for the WNBA versus the NBA. Basically, same thing with the 3-point shootout. There's 8 contestants in the 3-point shootout. For NBA, for WNBA, you had a mug shoot from the 3-point line.
Why do we need
only lost to
NBA
Steph
in the
by
WNBA?
3. Sabrina
But the
only lost
WNBA
to
Well,
Steph
that's
by
just
3.
emotional angle.
But that's
I mean,
the help.
Right, and
Yeah.
the promotional angle is gonna get up. Now for the dunk
yeah.
contest,
And then think about who's coming out next. Caitlin Clark could be in that next time.
that's exactly what I'm saying. You're not using everything.
How about the
So
NBA
then,
fixes their players themselves so that they actually have some real?
How about we just get rid of it?
Or we just get rid of it.
That don't want nothing.
You know how to. You're not using everything.
Why did we have all-star games in the first place? Why did we have Pro Bowls? Why did we have
to put the leagues on the map.
We wanted the best players to perform.
because you couldn't see everybody.
Yeah, you weren't watching games in the West.
But that's the thing. Put the All-Star game.
He couldn't watch. Went too far back.
He couldn't watch.
I went too far back.
It's the 60s, baby.
You knew how that make me feel.
You know what I mean? Like you
Leave
couldn't
me
watch
alone.
everybody. Like that's the only purpose of having an all-star game. Anthony Edwards came out and basically verbatim said, nobody takes this seriously. I don't think anybody's going to take this seriously.
Luka's the worst.
And
man.
it is what it is. But here's the thing. That is what the precedent is. And when you see that, that means it's time for something different.
You know,
got
who
the
took it
in-season
serious?
tournament. Find out a way to tweak
Cat.
the in-season tournament. Let that be your different. That's your all-star events.
Pat.
That's your
Well, so
and
they-
you
Pat.
throw the fun all-star events into the in-season tournament. You get to the finals, and the rest of the
Totally
day it's like
silly.
dunk contest. But like there's no reason.
Leave me alone, hey.
Tony,
Hey, listen. Hey, I just want to take this moment to say it's been nice. You know, I just want to give. I just want to say.
Oh,
this
you ain't
is-
got to worry.
This is in the
about me.
baptism
No,
of Jordan right now.
Point out, because
Because at this point, you wearing those jeans. It's
in those jeans.
you
That's
wearing
fine.
J and
Whoa,
Cole.
whoa. Hey, you ain't have to.
hold on. There you
Yeah.
go. Yep. There you go.
Wait, you challenged me?
Yes, I
Wait,
did.
ain't that the whoa. He's challenging that. Wait. So what do we think?
Saying in those
What do we
jeans.
think?
Oh, that's a flag.
We're talking about you getting roasted. Someone say you're wearing JUCO jeans and you gonna sing that song?
JUCO.
What are we talking about
That's not
right
a
now?
red
my
flag.
G?
That's a yellow flag.
Hey,
That's a
listen,
yellow
all
flag.
flags.
That's-
You got
I'm
flags too.
comfortable
What the heck are we doing
I'm
right
comfortable
now?
with my skin, baby.
Damn.
That's all right. I'm gonna get my get back later.
That's not the
I'm gonna get
one.
my
That's
get
not
back
the
later.
line. Why you choose
Get my
that
get
line?
back later. I'm gonna get my
You can't
get back
choose
later.
that line, baby. You're making us
Best
all
believe.
look bad.
Why you
Get
use
my
that
get
line?
back
Bro,
later.
that's the most light skinned thing you've done since we
I'm
started.
gonna get my get back later. That's all.
No, you can't.
Why you
Hey,
use that bar?
He's not on the camera no more. You can't-
I'm
Hey, Jordan, you gotta retire this show, bro.
Nah,
just say
man.
you
We
just
good.
died.
We
We gotta
good.
resurrect you next show.
Let's get back to it. Let's get back to it.
Let's talk about the worst of the weekend here. As we got the picture on the screen here, the worst of the weekend by far is Jalen.
Is
Brown.
Monday included?
Oh, man.
It's Jalen Brown.
Is Monday because it's a holiday included? Because the worst of the weekend is Jordan getting cooked right now.
No,
It's Monday. What are you talking about? It's Monday.
bad. Hey, bad.
It's a holiday. It's a 3-day weekend,
As
dog.
bad as Jordan is getting cooked right now,
It's okay.
Jalen Brown is getting cooked twice as bad.
Yeah, that was terrible.
Jalen
That
Brown
was
may be
transition.
the worst
I love
thing that I've ever seen.
this Joker did the dunk and then did the D Brown after he
He
landed.
dabbed afterwards.
Hey,
No, he was supposed to. It's the whole
I
no
get
look.
you. He dabbed.
Hey, and
After the dunk.
He forgot.
and
He wasn't
jumped
even supposed to
over-
be in the final.
and jumped
No,
over
no, he wasn't.
5'4" Kai Sinet
Thank
sitting
you.
down.
Thank you.
Yeah. Jaime Jaquez.
And this is why I say
Rigged.
do away with them.
Well, then he had Shaq.
Nobody cares.
Do away with
They
them.
had a custom 7-foot jersey for Shaq. Like, oh, that just happened to be ready for him to put the jersey on. That was so dumb. Like they had it already they had already scripted because they with Jalen Johns. What was he? Jalen was bringing out.
Jalen Brown.
Brown was bringing out awareness of somebody, which was notable.
No, it was his friend who passed away.
They already had that set up, so
Yeah.
it's like you got to get to the final. Because even Jake, I didn't even know Obi Toppin had a brother. I'm like, oh, what's the Toppin's
was a
in the
good dunk, too.
draft, and I was like,
Hey,
won.
I'll give,
That's
I'll
why he
give, I'll
changed
give
his
you
name.
Toppin for this. Toppin was nice. He should have
should've won
been in the
that.
finals.
he was mad
should have
sitting
been
there
in the finals.
stewing.
Jacob? Yeah.
Yeah, and
Jacob
then
Toppin.
Mac McClung did practically the same dunks as last year.
He
I
did
looked
do
it
the same
up.
dunk as last year.
The only
That's the thing. That's the thing with the
That
dunk
pass to himself
contest.
dunk was different.
That's the thing with the dunk contest is they're constantly
Which was
repeating
crazy.
the same thing over and over. At a
He
certain
did that
point,
with Crumble.
the creativity, the talent, the skill, all of that, they're going to do the same exact thing, and it's going to be just completely boring. Like we're getting to the point where the all-star players are not going to be in the dunk contest. Your Zion Williamsons, your Anthony
They're
Edwards,
not
like
now.
Hey, listen, Jalen Brown.
those are the ones that are going to
Jalen
impact.
Brown's a star.
He ain't no dunker though. He ain't no dunker though.
Hey, Jalen Brown got body.
He ain't no dunker.
But he a power dunker though.
Yeah, but we're talking about
He's not
LeBron
even
got
the most
bodies, but
famous
why did
person on
LeBron
his
has
team.
never gone into the dunk contest? Let's be honest.
because he's scared.
He's not creative.
Jalen Brown is not even.
But that's my point. Like even with this whole thing, even with the dunk contest thing, you need to incorporate everything. those dudes in the dunk league and the dunk crews and all that, bro. You could pick 4 of those guys, and then the 4 participants that you're gonna have in the dunk contest. Those guys need that. Hey, okay, this is like my coach for the week. He gonna show me how to pull this dunk off. Because obviously these mugs ain't that creative. Like, but that's also incorporating everything else. So it's tying it in because you want to bring everybody to All-Star Weekend. That's the whole point.
The
What
best
I-
dunkers in
You're
the
not
league.
using it, so that's why nobody's watching.
There's
What
a
I
bunch
would
of people
do,
on the
what
bench.
I would suggest, it's clear it comes down to money too, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
One thing I would do is that like you get these Mac McClungs of the world to be the coaches to teach some of these guys. They come up with these dunks. To me, the
Hey,
All-Star
Joe.
Weekend is a great. It's
Joe.
a fun event. It's a fun
I paid
event.
you
Joe,
$300
Joe.
million.
It's a fun
You better not
event.
do
Joe,
no
I,
And
I,
if
would-
you-
I wish you
Can
would.
I just get my? I just want to get my point.
I
I just want to get my point out.
I'm
I'm just trying to say.
I'm trying to tell you that Ringo said your point already. I wish you would listen.
No. What I'm saying is we hire those guys. And,
Yep. Go ahead. Keep going.
No, but I would want them to pay more money for these guys to get in the dunk
I
contest.
don't think they get paid to be in an All-Star game.
Barely. It's not that. It's not like it. No, not that much.
It's like 500,000.
I'll be honest with you. I thought the 3-point contest this year
It was the best.
it's been.
3-point contest has been
But
fine.
it's
not that hard.
I honestly extend that because there's a lot of people who are elite shooters in
There
the
you go.
league now. As
Have a
opposed
few
to
more
in the
rounds.
past.
Yeah.
Like a
Yeah,
tournament.
have a few more
would-
rounds.
I would do that one because
Yes.
I mean it's only 3. It's 3 rounds.
You're just still shooting the
Kid.
ball. It's not that hard.
Build around that.
Shoot and keep and hopefully make the
I
buckets.
mean LeBron is
Yeah.
footers at this point. I mean, let's just do that. Like,
Yeah.
I know.
Kid, let me ask you this. You wouldn't want to see the WNBA players in the 3-point contest?
No, I don't want to see none.
I
of
will
it.
say this to
In
your
the-
point.
I don't want to see none of it.
To your point.
It's coming down to you.
Hold on. She did show up, and she did. No matter what you say, the
Uh-huh.
ball being small is appropriate for their size and hand placement. The rim was the same size.
Yeah, Kenny was going crazy. I don't know what was going on.
Kenny was bugging.
Craziness going on with him. I
Kenny-
don't know what he said though.
Kenny was like trying to like downplay what she did because she shot with a women's ball.
It is like nah, dog.
It
She's
was
a
like, I
woman.
don't
What-
get
what do
why,
you expect?
why'd you take this moment to do this? Like, okay, like that's your
Yeah, that's a
opinion
bad
of it,
look.
but it
It's
don't really fit this narrative
It
that
don't
you
fit.
right now. Like that just felt like get back in the kitchen. Like I was like, calm down, Kenny. Jeez.
he was doing too much. But
Kenny was
realistically,
getting cooked too.
the
'cause
ball
he-
the ball is appropriate for the fact that they are smaller by
Yeah.
on average.
Yeah.
So like we could get over that, but they still shot from league range.
She
Yeah.
shot it from the NBA range.
She
yeah.
shot it from NBA range and she scored 26. She would have tied with 4 or 5 other people.
all
to go
them
into
dudes in the
next
first round.
She had
Yeah.
a burner.
That's
There's a
great
lot
for
of
that
WNBA
league.
players.
He's tied with Dame, and Dame won it.
Yeah, so
but
I'm
that's
gonna be
great
honest
for that
with you.
league.
Steph actually scored 29. He would have won it.
No, I ain't gonna lie to you. That was the only thing that was entertaining this weekend. Steph versus her.
Yeah, that was the
No, I
highlight.
thought the 3-point contest was cold anyway.
I didn't think the
That,
3-point
well, that
contest-
and the 3-point
Hey,
contest.
Hey,
That-
because
that-
Cat,
that
I
is
mean,
a
Cat being
combination.
able to do what he's doing,
But see, this
it's
is
still cold to me. Like
but
Cat
see-
is like still showing you that I'm the best shooting big man, no matter how much what we think about him. He is still. What's happening?
I just think this is my thing, right? Like at this point, are we impressed by guys shooting threes?
And we're
Like I'm not
What
impressed.
do you mean?
I'm not.
Tony
They
gotta
do it every
relax.
Why is
game.
it-
Okay, Pat.
I'm
Pat,
impressed
Pat,
by
Pat,
the
Pat,
league.
They do
Pat.
it every game. That's
Right.
what I'm saying. Like the All-Star game used to be for us to see things we don't see every night. You know what I see Dame
the dunk
Lillard do
contest.
every single night? Shoot that shot he took from half court dang near.
Shoot the logo 3.
But I would love to
He
see him
does
face
that.
up against
To
the
your
best
point,
in the
but
league.
see, it's also it generates money for the cities that they host that in. Like
Yeah,
it's
for
a
sure.
money maker. Like people come there to hang out. They got the cities on spotlight. You know, I mean, Matt, did you enjoy any of the All-Star festivities when it was here in Chicago? That was a big deal.
No.
I had a great time. Personally, for me, like I got a chance to play.
I
in,
went
like,
to your event, so
yeah, you were my brother. had a
I
thing.
was there before I even knew you.
Exactly, but like the NBA stuff, like I was at the school that they had, and I was able to wear one of like the shirts and be part of the NBA stuff that they were doing.
Yeah.
So it was cool to be able to be a part of this festivity. So it go from city to city. It is a great thing. The whole point is that people come there to have a good time, but then it's a bad product. But if you have to put the money up or do something to make it special, because the NBA has full of guys that have athletic ability to do some of the things that we're doing. It's just the
Yeah.
creativity. I was at a friend of mine's house. Shout out to the Teague family. It was like 20 20-year-old dudes, like 20 of them in there, going crazy for the dunk contest. And their reference for them was like what Zach LaVine and Aaron Gordon, and they wanted to put them in top 3, top 5.
That killed it.
That was the best dunk contest.
It didn't kill. It brought it back.
Vince
Carter brought it back in 2000. And then even Dwight Howard, even with the first Nate Robinson,
I'm just saying,
has had good
Nate.
moments.
I don't think it brought it
Zach
back.
LaVine, Aaron Gordon.
Since that dunk contest was in 2015.
What, Aaron Gordon and Zach LaVine? I
Zach
think that
LaVine,
was 16.
20
He lost.
I
He
think
went.
16.
He lost.
17, 17, 18?
It was in 2016. What's been the best dunk contest since then?
That's a good question.
They've had.
There hasn't been a good one since. So it
Like
didn't
there
bring it
was
back.
somebody.
Well, the one with Mac McClung did
Last year
was cool.
There you go.
I like that one.
Who he
That
go
was
up
cool.
against?
Doesn't matter. He won.
We
We
go
saw
up
new
against?
dunks.
No, who he go up against?
I want to see new dunks.
I'm gonna say this. I'm not as impressed as who we went up against as opposed to the
Right.
talent they put on there.
That's what makes it. That's what makes it.
I get
fun.
that.
The competition aspect. The reason Aaron Gordon and Zach LaVine was entertaining is because we was like, this contest can't
Yes,
end. They gotta pick somebody because Aaron
we
Gordon
forgetting
just
the Derrick Jones
his
Jr. one
leg.
too.
Like, that supports
Like,
the theory that the best dunkers in the league have never been the actual superstars. Zach LaVine wasn't a superstar at the time.
No.
Aaron Gordon definitely wasn't. a
But
superstar
I
at the time.
think here's my point in all of this is there's no competition in any of these all-star games. You take any league
True.
you want to. There's no competition in any of these all-star games. You're going to get more competition in actual games. They're not doing things that we don't see on a nightly basis. And I watch Luka Doncic games probably every other night.
So how would you fix it?
Get rid of it.
No.
There's
Hold on. Let me
there's
ask
no-
you a question.
Get rid of it.
There's no value.
I don't think you get
Pat,
rid of
There's
it.
no value in it.
Pat, what if you didn't have the option of getting rid of it? What would you do to change it if you still had to keep All-Star Weekend?
Well, that's the option.
I would.
Yeah, Pat.
No,
You
no.
fix it. Hey,
Eliminate the option.
You
of getting
want
rid
to
of
fix it.
You want to fix it? Find everybody that don't compete.
There you go. So it's still money.
So that's Stephen A.
Hey, nah, but
I would say this.
was-
Find
I
everybody
was
that
gonna- I was
don't
gonna
compete.
say
But
though.
see, but that the MBPA
Yeah.
is never going to allow you to do that.
That's
They're
it.
never going to allow you to do that.
Players' contracts. also stipulate certain
Literally every year. Did y'all hear Adam Silver after
What do you say?
Oh,
when
was
he
pissed.
awarded them the trophy?
He was
I
pissed.
saw that there was a
McClung?
comment
Adam
about
Silver. No, when he awarded. I'm talking about the All-Star game as a whole. When he
Oh.
awarded
Dame,
um,
Dame.
Giannis the trophy. He said, Giannis, team Giannis won. You scored 206 points. Well, you scored more. That's literally what he said.
Oh no, he wasn't happy.
That's literally what he said. He's pissed
and I'm
because
glad.
these
Over
players
400
don't
points.
want to play.
I'm gonna say this. I think he's already starting to find a way to replace it. You kind of
It's
mentioned
the
this a
in-season tournament.
The expanded
Well,
in-season tournament is a good way to replace it because you get competitive. It counts toward the regular season. If the All-Star games counted towards something, it would be better.
I think
But it
still
doesn't
comes-
count toward.
But if you
anything.
put the money up either
They're
way,
about to do that. They're about to do that baseball thing. Remember for like, it was like 15, 20
The
years.
World Cup.
No, where if you won the All-Star game, you got home field advantage.
Oh, yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey,
It was the
That
dumbest
was-
rule in the world.
That
ever.
was good.
It was
That
so
good.
stupid.
That was
I
dumb.
like that. I like
That
that.
was dumb.
but
Why did they do that? I wasn't watching baseball.
If you won the All-Star game, you had home field advantage in baseball.
Well,
I did like that because that gives them incentive.
So if you were AL or NL, if you won, you got home field advantage.
and Silver, he's starting to do some type of reformation where he made like right now, you got to have a 65 game minimum just to be, like he has to fix this product on the field or the court. There's a reason like
doing a
we
great
can't even
job.
talk about Bulls talk without everybody like we're out of here.
Yeah.
Like that's a product that you got to fix
Because I think
league wide.
yes, and I think that is because that's a different thing altogether, right? He's trying to go for what's the word when everybody's kind of like
Parity?
Parity.
He's trying to go for parity.
Yeah. And he's
And
doing a
parity,
great job with it.
parity is turning into everybody's just kind of mad. It's not turning into oh my god, everybody's great. It's turning into like there's a lot of right. Like once you get out of the first three,
What you mean by that?
when you look at the NBA standings, especially in the Eastern Conference, when you get out first 3-4 teams, you just start going.
It's mid.
Miami,
Hey, but I think if you,
right?
Yeah.
Atlanta,
That's true.
Hey,
That is
Pat.
You know
true.
what I mean, like the Bulls, man. Like
I would say this though.
Hey, what about
But I was saying what they got to do, man, is like so the in-season tournament, they're incentivized to win, right? If you win, I think the team players get $1 million a piece or whatever, or $500,000 for the second place team or whatever. So those in that tournament was super competitive. It was actually really fun to watch. I mean, they may have to do that with the All-Star game, even though they're getting paid a lot of money as is. If these players are actually incentivized to win or incentivized to play, they may actually be more competitive on the court for that game.
I mean, outside of the
Listen,
Orlando.
Listen, look, Cleveland is 2. Cleveland not winning that.
Hold on, but Cleveland is a matchup nightmare for a lot of teams. And matchups matter.
I mean, that'll be good
Knicks,
for the first 2 rounds. They're not getting to the final.
The Knicks
are a matchup nightmare.
They're not getting nowhere though.
Right.
I can't.
If we're being honest,
Philly
ain't getting
no,
nowhere.
Philly's
No, they're done.
when it matters.
Pacers. I love
The post Halliburton minutes are the reason why they won't win.
It's the best.
I hate to use a Paul Pierce quote, but it's like, are these teams head and shoulders better than their contemporaries? Maybe not, but on any given day they can be, and that's what makes it interesting. That's why parity is important.
Yeah, that's the problem with a 7-game series, though. They're not going to beat the Timberwolves. None of them are going to beat the Timberwolves in a 7-game series. None of them are going to beat the Thunder in a 7-game series. None of them are going to beat the Clippers.
If I'm in the Eastern Conference, I'm not worried about anybody on the West until I have to.
Well, then you got the Celtics and the Bucks.
I'm not worried about anybody.
That's really it.
Putting the man, look.
No, I think the Celtics, as much as loaded as the Celtics are, they have a lot of weak points that teams can exploit. And there's a reason why the Cavaliers are number 2.
But then you also got to keep in mind the experience of them getting all the way to the finals a number of times already. Like their team has had some consistency with getting all the way there and coming up just short. All these other teams are still clawing and fighting for that. I don't think that they can compete on that level when it matters.
You think that the Celtics can beat the Heat?
Absolutely.
Right now.
Absolutely.
No, they can't. No,
I don't believe.
Well, of course you say
can't.
that, Ringo, but
Of course, Ringo
but
said
no, I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why they can't beat them. Right now, the Celtics are purely coasting off of we're more talented than you. They just beat the Nets by like what, 50?
yeah, but like
bro.
That's how basketball
Bro,
works.
I'm telling you right now,
Usually
when
more
adversity hits and they get punched in the mouth, I guarantee you they don't come through.
I know.
They're winning off of being more talented.
I've seen.
But his point is that it's the hard work versus the talent aspect, and sometimes
they're beating everybody, like they're crushing everybody right now.
Team when an adversity hits, will you be?
The real season don't start to the postseason. We all know that. And I'm gonna be honest with you, Miami has shown up more times than not.
Let me add this. What was the best to me of the weekend was that LED floor was amazing.
The LED floor was
cold. The only thing from the All-Star weekend that I would keep. I would get rid of the rest of the All-Star weekend and keep that floor.
Games. I think that is cold.
That floor was
a playoff thing.
Amazing.
I need that for all game 7. Yeah.
And also,
I need that for all game 7.
I like it.
I didn't
all
like
game 7s. LED floor.
I didn't like Jennifer Hudson's.
Every three from deep needs to like light up the floor.
Ain't nothing wrong with what Jimmy.
I want that. He's on fire. Like I want to see that for the 3-pointer. That's cold.
That's cold. Hey, I do want to mention one best that kind of is not tied to this because I recently saw this and just want to give a shout out because over the weekend I think it was me, Joe, and Tim. We were at a bar and we saw some news report about Steve Mongo McMichael's health declining, but just got a tweet about 6 or 7 hours ago from Jared Payton saying that he is improving in his health, gradually, and that he might be let go. Or what's
release
the word? Release. Thank you. Yeah. And hooked up to IV antibiotics. So he's steadily improving. We'll see.
He's strong. It's a big dude. He's strong. What else was
I'll say this. I mean, my best my best for the weekend, goes to Saturday night when you got Steph versus Sabrina. I mean, check this out. The NBA released this. They said the overnight numbers are in. 10 million unique viewers in the U.S. watched the State Farm All-Star Saturday night, and they're up 54% from last year.
Yep.
But the most watched segment was Steph Curry versus Sabrina.
Yeah.
So, I mean, honestly, maybe next year, the idea, I don't know if Joel brought this out or whoever brought it out.
I didn't.
Maybe.
I did.
Maybe it was Steph.
Joe vibes with more Kenny Smith's line of things.
I
Joe's
bring
big
Caitlin
on
Clark in.
Keep those women off my court. That's
Hey,
what
but
Joel's
if
on.
Caitlin Clark is coming
Jesus.
to the WNBA next year, maybe you do a NBA versus WNBA 3-point shooting contest. Hey, I mean, honestly, it was the most interesting segment, and that was the most viewers at that point.
You know
you
what
drew
would
a
be
lot
funny?
of women in, and it's going to have a lot of people rooting one way or the other.
What would be hilarious is I feel like the women's in the skills challenge, if you had a regular skills challenge, would absolutely wash the men's.
Yep.
Like I feel like the women's skills challenge would absolutely wash the men because
fundamentally
they're thriving
sound.
on skills.
We're
Fundamentally sound.
Anyway,
Yeah.
what else was?
I think the Team World versus USA.
Yeah,
I think that's a good concept. Like if
That's
you
jump
really
the
put-
shark to me.
That's what?
It's jump the shark to me.
I don't get the
Huh?
reference.
That means that it's the excitement's over. Like it's like it was cool the first time, and now it's just like man.
Anything else? Best and worst? For me, I was gonna say
Yeah, Jay Sanders. We do not agree with that.
on the worst. I mean, the auto show. I went to the auto show, but then again,
Shit.
I did see a couple joints that I liked in the auto show, and I was gonna share that as one of my best of the weekend. And it's behind you.
Ooh.
I was loving that Countach
Ooh, baby.
and the of course I like the Bentley
Oh,
and the
Jesus.
coupe. Oh, the Continental.
Continental.
You know, the Rolls Royce,
Okay.
the
That's what I'm
Ghost.
saying.
I
Another-
like that. I
another
like
Bentley
that.
right
that
there.
orange is nice.
Even in the Mustang, I was actually kind of feeling the Mustang.
Is that the electric one?
I think so. And then
Oh,
that's the
end it off.
Rolls
Oh, that's the
Royce
electric.
Spectre.
Spectre. Okay.
Hey Jordan, you know you could just
And that
turn
Toyota
around.
truck was kind of hot.
I ain't gonna lie, I was doing it.
I saw you. I saw you like
That
trying to
Toyota
make it-
truck. Only thing that Toyota truck looks like the Ford F-150 Super Snake. That's all it does.
Yeah, no, it was still
Oh.
hot though. So, yeah, but anyways, that's what I had for in terms of best for me.
Nice.
My best of the weekend. What was my best of the weekend this weekend? It wasn't it's probably the LED floor. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, that floor was hot.
The LED floor was cold.
Very impressed with that.
Hayes, he said, real question: would you rather watch the Notebook or the NBA All-Star game?
NBA,
listen,
NBA All-Star
honestly,
game. I've never seen
listen.
the Notebook.
I mean,
The
what?
Notebook might be a close.
You ain't seen Notebook?
The All-Star game might win,
Oh,
but it's close.
That movie is good.
The
I ain't
three-
gonna lie to you.
Hey, the 3-point contest.
We can't
to
even
me,
front up here. No,
I
it's
just
the
want-
best.
has been in a
I
while.
just want things that are going to actually impress me.
The 3-point
And
contest.
the
was
NBA
impressive.
All-Star game doesn't impress me. And the 3-point
But
contest
I
doesn't
like-
impress me. I watched. Here's the thing. There's a video right now of Stephen Curry hitting 53 pointers in a row or something like that. I know he can shoot threes. There's a video of Damian Lillard hitting like 80.
There's a competitive aspect
In
to
the
it.
era where we always want to know who the best is at certain things, I love the idea that Steph, Dame, Tyrese Halliburton, all the best 3-point shooters, like this is the one thing where it's like they can compete at a high level and we don't have to worry about injury.
Right.
So now I'm literally looking at
I'm
how
busy.
good you are at doing this. The reason why the All-Star game sucks is because no one's really going to try their best for the
Yeah.
sake of
They don't wanna
injury
get
and stuff
hurt.
like
Yeah.
that. You're not going to get their best. They're
But
not going to go as hard as you would want them to go in those particular games. But shooting, oh, they do that all day long, and I love to see that.
Right.
aspect of it.
That doesn't change much. You know, I mean, if you can still crack 30 in a 3-point contest, that's still impressive. You know, it hasn't been done in a while, but it's still just shooting, you know.
Mhm.
But I think I liked what they did, like even when they got creative with like LeBron with Durant and they both picked the teams. Like I thought that was pretty cool. It was a different take on an all-star weekend. So I think there are things that work. What?
I got a way to fix it. Make them shoot pull-up jumpers.
I was just
Pull
thinking
up
that in my
mid-range
head.
jumpers. Let's see who can do it.
Go back and forth down the court,
Mid-range
hoop
because
to hoop.
the mid-range is done now. Everyone
Yeah.
hates the mid-range.
Yeah.
Put mid-range jumpers.
That would-
Because
that
they're
would be
still not
innovative.
sticking defense. The issue is you want them to stick defense. The problem is nobody wants to get embarrassed on the national stage because they're too scared to do that. It's either dunk contest or just playing.
And they're
in
all
the
women,
All-Star.
yeah.
No, I don't think it's that. I mean,
No one wants to get crossed
I
up,
think-
right?
I
They're too
think-
the
scared.
last best All-Star game was the Kobe All-Star game.
But I think here's the thing. We're asking them to
Hey,
do
stop
something
looking
in an
through my
All-Star
phone.
game that they don't do in a
I'm trying to
regular
remember what year
season
that
game.
was.
Kobe and LeBron.
Hey, stop
and-
looking through my phone.
Not Kobe and LeBron. I'm talking about when Kobe
Chicago. The
passed
Chicago.
away and they did the score limit thing.
Oh yeah, the team Giannis versus team LeBron. That was a good one.
Yeah.
Oh
And
yeah,
that was a
Durant,
good
I
one.
think Durant had.
But wasn't it? What was the difference with that one? There was like a
They tallied all the points. up. You
no,
had a
like
certain
there
thing
was
to get
the incentive was like a charity or something like that.
Yeah.
Like they did it one time. Here's the thing: one, the NBA didn't care about an All-Star game in Indiana. and they just trying to get to the next All-Star game. And 2, like they just like you're asking the players to care about something that they don't care about in the regular season.
Yeah.
Shout out to
Defense.
Halliburton for taking advantage of it.
All right.
Halliburton's everywhere.
Hayes
this
has got to
weekend.
go.
Halliburton did every interview he could for this All-Star game.
Yeah.
Him and his 3 different voices.
He
which is
definitely,
weird.
bro, dog.
It's weird, bro.
Anybody else peep that?
That dude is.
Tyrese-
I saw that.
Has like 3 different voices.
I ain't even
But
Look,
Cat
as-
does too.
It just
As
changes.
he's talking, his voice will just randomly change. So he'll be like, yeah, you know, sometimes when I get out there, I really enjoy the game and I don't know what's going on. And he's not doing it on purpose.
It's like he's going through puberty in front of him.
Bro, I don't know why he does that, bro.
That's
That
weird.
mess scared the mess out of me. I had no idea what was
I
happening.
thought it was the audio. I thought it was audio issues.
That Pat McAfee was like, I thought our mics messed up. 'Cause his
Yeah.
whole voice changed. And he was like, bro, I've heard many podcasts and apparently that happened. Gucci Finesse said, and we should have drafted Hallie, but we got yes, we should have had Hallie.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
we
we
should.
should have had Hallie. Could have had Devin Vassell.
Great scouting.
Could have had there's a lot.
But I
that
mean, when you
could've
feel like Lonzo Ball is the point guard of your future,
Right. Yeah. We
been.
weren't looking at
hey,
I don't know, man.
I mean, that's why Portland didn't draft Michael Jordan. They had Clyde Drexler.
Hey man, appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave that 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. We will be back and better than ever tomorrow, breaking down more football talk, breaking down more
Justin Fields
general
trade.
sports talk. Breaking down more Bears news for the super producer Joel Holt, the pettiest man alive, Mr. P Kid. I'm throwing JC off right now. I'm just bouncing it everywhere where I'm going next. Or I'm sorry, I throw a C up
What?
next.
Oh, wait a minute.
Bro, throw the flag. What?
Hey, that was crazy. Almost made it. That was crazy.
Throw the flag. What is wrong with you? Thank you.
Crazy.
Bouncing it where back?
That was
What you bouncing at?
crazy.
Oh, snap.
For Jordan JC, who's about
Who you
to-
bouncing it to?
Who
you bouncing it?
Yo,
Yeah.
wow.
And of course, the man formerly known as Ringo J. Stefan Nadine.
Bounce it again, Pat.
What is going on?
Bouncing again, Pat. It's crazy. Y'all see-
Hey, Hayes, I'm coming for you, baby. I'm coming, Hayes.
Wait a
Oh,
minute.
snap.
Whoa!
Hey,